In the small town of Willow Creek, there was a boy named Liam who carried a passionate love for soccer so intense that all his dreams from sunrise to sunset revolved around scoring goals in grand stadiums and becoming a true champion. Every morning Liam ran to the old dusty field near his home to train, relentlessly imagining himself lifting a glorious trophy. However, reality was far harsher. Liam was neither the fastest nor the strongest player. He tried out for the school team 10 times, and all 10 attempts became painful memories. Sometimes he stumbled during the decisive shot. Sometimes he awkwardly lost control of the ball, and once he even arrived late simply because he overslept. Repeated failures led the children in town to whisper and mock him, giving him a bitter nickname, the boy who always fails. The pain did not stop at the soccer field, but crept into family dinners. His father, with worried eyes, advised, "Maybe soccer isn't for you. Focus on your studies instead." His mother, heartbroken, gently suggested that he find another path to avoid further suffering. Yet, amid the doubt of the whole world, Liam firmly shook his head, telling himself he could not give up. Every evening Liam sat alone beneath the old oak tree beside the field, watching other children succeed and asking himself through tears, "Maybe I'm really not good enough." It was at his most hopeless moment that Mr. Thompson, a retired soccer coach, appeared like a ray of light. After weeks of quietly observing the boy's persistence, he approached and asked, "Why are you so sad?" Wiping his tears, Liam sobbed as he shared his repeated failures and how, despite giving his all, everything seemed impossible. Mr. Thompson smiled kindly and revealed the greatest secret of every champion. It's not talent or luck, but perseverance. He taught Liam that true champions had fallen many times, but what set them apart was that they never stopped. Every mistake was a valuable lesson, every stumble a chance to grow stronger, and quitting now would waste all the painful lessons before. That night, Mr. Thompson's words burned in Liam's mind like a flame, keeping him awake. He suddenly realized that success was not about winning all the time, but about learning to rise after every failure and never giving up on his goal. The next morning, before the first rays of sunlight could pierce through the thick mist of Willow Creek, Liam forced himself out of his warm bed. His whole body ached. His legs felt heavy from the previous day's training, yet Mr. Thompson's words about the secret of champions echoed in his mind like a driving bell. He understood that if he stopped now, every lesson from his past stumbles would become meaningless. Liam laced up his shoes and ran to the old field while the town was still asleep. For hours he no longer kicked the ball aimlessly as before, but focused on the smallest details, controlling the ball in tight spaces, maintaining balance while turning and building speed over short distances. He persistently trained his weaker foot, the one he had always avoided in the past. Day after day, week after week, month after month, that dusty field became the witness to the transformation of a boy once labeled a failure. Liam realized that physical strength alone was not enough to win. He began training his mind to stay calm under pressure, refusing to let fear control his actions. He no longer cared about the whispers or laughter from the townspeople. His only goal was to surpass who he had been the day before. Sometimes, returning home completely exhausted, Liam would sit beneath the old oak tree. But instead of crying, he closed his eyes and imagined a blazing stadium filled with the cheers of thousands of fans. One afternoon, his best friend Oliver stopped by the field and looked at Liam with confusion. "Why do you keep pushing yourself like this, when everyone is laughing at you?" Liam paused, smiled confidently, and replied, "Every time I fail, I learn a new lesson. I may not succeed right now, but each mistake brings me closer to victory." Success isn't about luck, Oliver. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's the hardest thing to do. As time passed, Liam's body grew stronger and more resilient, his shots more accurate and powerful than ever. Most importantly, he learned to focus on what he could control instead of worrying about what might go wrong. Liam was ready not only for the upcoming regional championship, but for a new and glorious chapter of his life. The fateful day finally arrived, the regional soccer championship. The atmosphere in the stadium was blazing, the cheers roaring loudly enough to shake the ground beneath their feet. Liam stood there among opponents from across the district, players taller, faster, and far stronger than him. The doubt from the crowd and the memory of his 10 bitter failures seemed to press his feet into the grass. The match began under suffocating pressure, and within the first minutes the ghost of failure appeared to return. Liam missed his first shot, stumbled on the field, and nearly lost the ball to the opposing team. Sweat streamed down his face, his heart pounding wildly as if it would burst from his chest. He could feel the sympathetic stares from the stands and hear the familiar whispers about the boy who always fails. But at that very moment, deep in his mind, Mr. Thompson's calm voice echoed, "Never stop trying." Instead of letting fear take over his spirit, Liam took a deep breath and forced himself to stay calm. He no longer played in panic, but with all the hard-earned lessons he had gathered during months of relentless training beneath the old oak tree. When the opposing team scored first, when his teammates grew tired and began to lose hope, it was Liam who became their emotional anchor. He ran tirelessly and shouted encouragement. "Keep going, we can do this." As the match moved into its final minutes, the score remained tied in extreme tension. Liam received the ball near the edge of the field, not an ideal position. But this was the moment he had imagined thousands of times during his solitary practices. He focused, completely maneuvered past one defender, then slipped past a second with remarkable skill. With only the goal ahead, Liam poured all his strength, faith, and the tears of his 10 past failures into the final shot. The ball sliced through the air and struck the net, stunning everyone. The entire stadium fell silent for a second before erupting into thunderous cheers. His teammates lifted Liam onto their shoulders, tears streaming down his face, mingling with the sweat of victory. Amid the roaring crowd, he saw Mr. Thompson smiling proudly. The coach approached, placed a hand on his shoulder, and said, "You became a champion, not because you never fell, but because you never gave up." Every stumble before was simply preparation for this moment. Liam smiled, understanding that life does not measure you by how many times you fall, but by how many times you choose to rise and keep moving forward. Many years have passed since that radiant afternoon in Willow Creek, yet the flame Mr. Thompson ignited in Liam's heart has never faded. The boy, once labeled a failure, has now become a professional soccer player, competing under the brilliant lights of massive stadiums around the world. Liam has traveled through great cities and faced immense pressure at the peak of glory, but whenever he stands before a new challenge, he remembers the silent months of relentless training, the sweat and tears shed beneath the old oak tree. Long ago, Liam does not keep the glory to himself. He spends much of his time traveling and sharing his journey from nothing to champion, inspiring thousands of children who carry burning dreams within their hearts. His message always echoes in their minds: never be afraid of failure. Learn from it and never stop trying. Your champion moment is waiting for you. Liam teaches them that true success is not built overnight, but slowly shaped step by step through patience and unwavering perseverance. Yet the greatest lesson Liam learned is not limited to the soccer field. Even in everyday life, when facing challenges beyond his control, he applies the same philosophy to overcome them all. He understands that perseverance is far more powerful than natural talent. Liam has truly become a champion, not only in soccer, but in life itself. His story is living proof that life does not define you by how many times you fall, but by how many times you choose to rise stronger. Every stumble is not an ending, but a necessary step to soar higher than ever before. Keep moving forward, keep learning, because sooner or later your own glorious moment will surely come. I can create a tailored report about Liam's life philosophies, or a slide deck summarizing his journey from a boy in Willow Creek to a professional star. Would you like to proceed?